Well, welcome back to Trio Petroleum's channel, a preeminent oil and gas development and exploration company. And joining us to talk about some of the expansion here, the company and on its path to revenue generation and cash flow, we have Michael Peterson joining as always. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be with you always. Thank you so much.
Yeah, always a pleasure to get you on because you guys seem to be in this launch pad phase. I mean, since we started talking, kind of got into production here. Before we talk more about production, I mean, you've successfully completed two exploratory wells in Utah. You want to talk about those Utah projects?
Sure. Yeah, that was the stock got very excited about that as we put that out yesterday. Uh, we have a 20% or an option to have a 20% interest in this Utah asset. I think it's the most exciting asset in the United States. It's the asset we have is about a $4 billion about, and we have 20% of that, so 800 million present value to the company. And we drilled the first two wells. The operator did, and what I put in the press release, which was interesting, is unlike a normal well where there's just oil gushing at the top, this is just solid oil that's just in the ground. We drilled down 100 feet thick in one area and then 90 feet thick, so about almost 200 feet of pay. We took some of the rock, and all you have to do is put heat down, and then it melts, and then you pump the oil out. And so the question is, hey, will it melt at heat? And so what I put in the press release that got everyone excited was some of the core was we took this 30 feet of core and we crumbled some of it out and we put it in a pan and melted it in water, just put it in boiling water. And it immediately just kind of separated sand at the bottom and oil at the top. And people are dancing around the room. It was pretty exciting. So we now have the heater down in the hole. And it's about, I can tell you this morning, it's 190 degrees. And so pretty soon it'll be it'll just start melting and then we'll just start pumping oil up. And that is going to be very exciting. We'll have a lot of more news coming on that. I know the company, what we said is we're for sure going to exercise our 20% option. And that'll be a home run for the company. And as soon as more news comes out, I mean, and people kind of get to know what's happening there, that'll be exciting. But in the meantime, back in California, we have oil. We're starting to produce oil. We'll put out a press release about our first payment that we received, first revenues for the company. So it's really a turnaround. We're going to turn on, hopefully in the next month. We just have to wait to make sure we get all of our gas permits in place. We'll turn on some steam. And so we have one well is producing, was about 47 barrels. We've got other wells we've turned on. They need to have a little bit of steam to produce as well as we want them to. They're cold now, and so we'll put steam down, and we expect that those wells produce 200 barrels a day. So we anticipate over the next month or two, we're going to start being able to announce that these wells are producing 200, 300, 400 barrels of oil a day, which cash flow positive, everything's going exciting. And then we'll raise some money, not a lot. We'll raise enough money to kind of finish up the Utah asset and then continue to drill wells in California. So we're now in the second stage of a turnaround, maybe of 9 innings, maybe third inning, and things are going really well, and it's really exciting. And then with our big California assets, I just talked to the team yesterday. They're working with all of the officials in California for permitting, and that's going very well. So after we do all of it we're doing here, which is huge, we'll then be able to turn around and go back to what the company started out as is with this big California 9,000 acre asset. So things are going well. Happy to take any other questions, but that's kind of in a brief overview of what we're doing.
Yeah, in a nutshell. No, I think that was beautifully stated. You hit the nail on the head, and I appreciate all the insight. You kind of really abbreviated to, I think, everything that matters to the shareholders. So I'll pass the question
Yeah.
on to them. We'd love to know what you guys think, and consider subscribing for news and catalysts like this as it hits the wire in this pivotal moment for Trio Petroleum. We just love to know what you think and subscribe for that news. But on that note, we look forward to catching you in the next one.
Thanks so much.